Words of Faith. The Christian Book Show is brought to you by VirtueRadioNetwork.com.
Hello, I'm Judith Norman. Welcome to Words of Faith, the Christian Book Show, where we celebrate the best in Christian and inspirational literature. Best-selling author Lori Smith joins me today to discuss her book, A Walk with Jane Austen. Lori will also share the life lessons she's learned since being diagnosed with a debilitating disease. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of Words of Faith. 2 years ago, Lori Smith took a journey to England to trace the life of author Jane Austen. In the process, Lori learned she had a lot in common with the beloved literary icon. So she decided to document her discoveries into what is now a best-selling book called A Walk with Jane Austen. Lori Smith, welcome to Words of Faith.
Thank you. It's great to be with you.
We're going to be talking about your book, A Walk with Jane Austen. This book is a memoir and a travel diary mixed with musings on Jane Austen and her work. If you had to define A Walk with Jane Austen, how would you describe it?
Well, I think that's a great definition that you've given. The book really grew out of a month-long journey that I took to follow Austen's life through England. And I found the trip to be a great vantage point for telling Jane's story and then reflecting on my own and on the way that she's influenced my life and on the connection that I feel to her. So the book really grew out of that.
There are over 4,000 members and 60 regional chapters in the Jane Austen Society of North America. You have a popular blog, www.austenquotes.com. So the question is, who is Jane Austen and why is she so popular?
Well, that is a great question. It sounds like you're familiar with her writing, but Austen was an English writer about 200 years ago. She is one of the most loved writers in English literature, and she wrote books that continue to be bestsellers today, Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Emma, and several others. And her books really focus on sort of everyday life and tell love stories, but they also weave in just a lot of character as well. By which I mean all of her characters, all of the women and men in the books tend to sort of go through this experience and come face to face with their own faults and be challenged to change. And I think for Jane, that was a big part of the story, as important as the romantic stuff that was going on. So her books are just so much fun, and she's never heavy-handed with that. And her popularity today is a bit of a mystery to me. I mean, there's so many reasons for it, but I think it's hard to account for the incredible popularity that she still has. I mean, this last year was kind of the year of Jane Austen. There were a couple of Hollywood movies and a series on Masterpiece Theater and tons of books. And I think in some way we long for that kind of quiet world in the midst of all the stress and the noise of life today. And I really think that the character aspect of her books has something to do with it. Although we may not always recognize that, we're probably drawn to the romantic stories. But I think the character that's woven into her novels gives them a substance and a strength that endures.